everyone. Welcome to this video. We are going to be taking a look at Last Epoch, which is an exciting action RPG. It's in the kind of style of Diablo, Path of Exile, and such. And we're going to be playing it at the very hardest difficulty level that the game has to offer. We're going to be playing as a solo character, which means we don't get any loot from other run-throughs. Hardcore, which means we only get one death. After that, the run is over, and we're playing on Masochist. You're going to take more damage, we're going to deal less damage, and we're going to give this a try. Alright, creating a character, and we're going to see how this goes.
I am the mage, raised in the scholarly city Welrin, and trained in the arcane art.
Skip this. Let's go ahead and get started. So, one thing about my particular run that I'm going to do is I'm not going to do any backtracking. One of the easiest ways to kind of get going in this game would be to find an easy area and run it several times.
These roads are not kind to my bones,
And
but I must hurry. Welrin is still a few days away.
So my plan here is to only run each area once, which means there's no farming, easy areas for loot and experience. Basically, we're just going to play through each zone one time, and then just proceed from there. So that'll keep things kind of moving along. And as you come along with me, you're going to see challenges that playing in this mode has to offer. And I'm going to be playing as a mage, and once again, the opportunity later on in the game to be able to specialize. I will be playing as a sorcerer. And the build that I'm going to be going for is a Glacier build. It's going to be my main source of damage to begin with, eventually switching over to Ice Barrage. So, just a little bit of history on kind of how I've been playing the game. I've been working this game for off and on for a few months now, and I've really been enjoying it. Played quite a bit of Diablo 2 back in the day. I haven't done the remaster yet, but eventually I might get back to that. But Diablo 3, Path of Exile. I'm not like a pro player. Honestly, I haven't really looked up other guides or things on the forum, so there might be stuff here that you may look at and go, oh, why are you doing it this way instead of that way? Well, part of the other challenge for myself was just trying to be self-sufficient when it comes to figuring out my strategy and how to be able to play, and it's me just more rewarding to be able to kind of figure out the game mechanics myself, and have someone just teach me sort of the optimal path. So my build may be a little bit different than ones you're used to. It's okay. But hopefully you get some out of this. I definitely have had a lot of fun playing, and I've actually just finished a playthrough on Masochist, all the way through. Okay, some good stuff here. Intelligence and armor, yeah. Dodge rating and vitality. Yeah. I'm gonna start. And enjoyed the game so much, I thought I'd just put together a little video, and you can take a look and see if you enjoy watching this playthrough. I'll play through until I die. Ideally, that would be like really late in the campaign. Honestly, I'm not gonna give you hope that I'll be able to finish the last boss in but ideally, if I can make it about level 50, that'd be awesome. And yeah, you may find other videos out there of people that have completely played through everything on this level. And if so, yeah, you could take a look and kind of see what they're doing compared to me. Now, I have tried playing all 5 classes in the game, and they all have their advantages and disadvantages. But I really like the mage and sorcerer. And at this point, it's it's a little underwhelming. These fireballs are not doing a whole lot of good, but hang in there. If you haven't tried this particular class before, around level 8 or so, it starts to get good, and okay, let's go ahead and put this on my bar. Snap freeze is pretty nice. Okay, we're gonna get some passives. I'm gonna put in a scholar, 10 health per point, mana 3 per point. It's we're all about staying alive. It's only one life to live. True YOLO game. And so specking for survivability is going to be kind of the main thing I'm going to do. So lots of health, lots of resistances. Okay. Well, we're at 2 intelligence and dodge rating, and intelligence and armor. Let's take a look and see. So if I switch over to 15% arm dodge versus, yeah, no, that looks better. It's nice to be able to get some good loot here in the early game. You just never know. So, Masochist is an interesting mode. Basically, a lot of these enemies that you'll see, you look at the stuff like at the very beginning here, and like, this is no big deal. It's not too bad. But then you'll get stuff that will just destroy you. And one of the things that I've done is try to be able to help other people that want to be able to play through in this level, because I put together a guide. Links to that will be in the notes. And you can take a look at that. And then basically what I've done is going to put together the build that I'm using. Of course, you can use your own build. I'm sure it's probably possible to do at least as well with any of the characters, although you may struggle a little bit more with some of them, but I would imagine that probably Masochist can be completed by any of the 5 different classes in the game. But what I put in there that I really haven't seen a lot of other places actually is a guide for each one of the levels. I tried to be able to kind of put a difficulty rating and kind of notes about what to be able to be on your guard against. And you may find that really helpful because one of the things that you're going to have to do, especially to get further into the game, is gear yourself efficiently to be able to deal with the different challenges that you're going to be facing. So sometimes you go from one zone to the next, and you're going to have to, one zone you'll be fighting against creatures with a lot of void damage, and the next one you're going to be, you're going to need to be able to maximize your fire and lightning resists. And if you don't kind of know what's coming up, good chance you're not going to be geared correctly and you're going to die. So, so take a look at that. Again, the link to that will be in the notes. I'll also put a link to this forum. And again, yeah, hopefully that'll be useful. And I've seen, there's a few other people, a few other videos that I've seen with people that have made it a long way in Masochist Hardcore mode, and well done. But yeah, I'd love to see more details about how other people are tackling this particular challenge, how this works, right? Especially as this game gets closer to going into production. But one of the cool things about this, even though it's still in early access and beta, it's a pretty solid game. It's very stable. I haven't really seen kind of the crashes and issues that that I've seen in other games, and yeah, it's the storyline is interesting. The whole kind of time travel mechanic is cool. This game doesn't have quite sort of the dark. All right. So I could specialize into something here, but I'm going to wait till I get Glacier, level 6. There's just really no point specializing anything too much before then. Alright, so far so good. I'm gonna go on to Atari Cliffs. There's Poignard. Immediately physical damage. I'm just going to ignore that. Basically, I'm just going to ignore most of the loot that I don't really have any particular use for. If I wanted to bore you, I suppose I could pick up every piece of loot and take it in to be sold, but one of the things that the devs did in the game, which I kind of like, is that basically you make hardly any money at all from selling loot. Basically, if you want to pick something up, basically it's either you want to use it or you'll want to be able to or you want to be able to sell that, or basically get the shards from that loot. Here. So I gotta say, this is actually going a little easier than some of the other runs that I've had. Maybe it's because of health regen? I'm not sure, but Boots of the Turtle. Nah, that's not better than what I've got, but. Clear out this area down here? I think so. Alright. Moving on. These early attacks are just a little underwhelming. Okay, let's get some more health. Alright, so this area here is a little tougher. I got 3 potions. Alright, here's the boss. So this is actually one of the harder fights in the very beginning of the game. I'm gonna have to kite these guys around, trying to be able to get my health back up. And I'll go in and try to be able to get some hits in. Surprisingly difficult little fight here at the beginning, but I guess, you know, I want to know what you're getting into with Masochist. I've actually come close to dying on this fight before. But this particular run has gone a little bit better. I think it's because of the health regen. Okay, so this guy is not too bad. One of the nice things. Just got to make sure we get out of that little circle of death there.
You dare defy Raye's will? My talents will tear you apart. Raye's flames, aid me! You shall burn!
There's a little bug there, that there's a piece of lumber or something like that that block your fireballs. It's kind of annoying.
Talents will tear you apart. Raye's flames, aid me! You shall burn!
I don't know if those
Defy Raye's will?
those circles would kill me if they critted. They might.
My talents will tear you apart.
So, playing as a hardcore masochist mode,
Raye's flames,
the
aid
things that
me!
I've seen that have been the most dangerous are
You shall burn!
elites and bosses that have huge single hits. Okay, so intelligence and dodge rating, intelligence and armor, and right. regen, cold damage. Oh, nice. Cold damage will be helpful. Movement speed or dodge? Let's take movement speed. And let's see. Let's take the wand as well. Yeah.
Did Balthus send you? Rai's forces are not finished with us. We don't have much time before more of them arrive.
Alright, trip through time to begins. So, I like wands. I think the scepters are more for like a physical build, battle mage kind of thing, but wands are really ideal for the kind of build that I'm going for with ice mage. Basically gives me spell damage as well as reducing the cost of all spells, which is going to be really helpful, especially with Glacier, which is going to be kind of my main attack damage ability.
Blessed Terra's name.
Where am I? Okay. Seek with Guardsman William. Okay, we got some bats here to kill. So at this point, we're going to be in an area with void damage is going to be sort of like the main elemental damage type. Oh! I suppose I better get harder than expected. Okay, Gladys. 30% increased cold damage. Huh, that's... I actually might... I'm not going to use it, but... eventually, we'll probably need some cold shards. Because that's going to be one of the main ways. Cold shards and elemental shards. And spell damage shards are going to be the main way that I get my damage going. A few others as well, and cast speed and stuff like that. But cold damage, I always look out for that. Okay. I should have been freezing guys earlier on. Okay, so here we go. Increase spell damage, increase fire damage. Well, well, I guess I will. Okay, so increased... Actually, let's see how much that difference that made. So if we go just from the basic wand, put the basic wand back out there, 34 to... It's good. Especially since I'm actually using fire damage at the moment. Oh, we got the stun because of the yeah, it's kind of nice and funky. Reach level 6. Okay, that's good. One more level, and then I'll be able to pick up.
Who are
Terra
you?
watch over you.
What things?
Gods.
Who are you?
Terra watch over you. Gods.
Where are you going?
Some good. Okay, circlet of sparks, lightning resistance armor. Yeah, bad. Don't need that. Mana regen and health regen. Compared with cold damage. mean, I don't really need mana regen at this point. But I will once we actually get to Glacier. Let's see if my fireballs can actually hit. Oh man, this guy's hurt. Okay, cast speed and lightning resistance. Well, it's better than just lightning resistance, I guess. Yeah. Alright, last refuge outskirts. Alright, nothing too hard so far. But there is a fight coming up here fairly soon that, if you're not prepared for it, can take you out. In fact, the first time I tried, ooh, that's actually pretty good as well. Dodge roll. Physical damage, cost of evasion. Compared with, nah, I'm gonna keep the intelligence. But let's see, 43 damage per second to 41. Oh, because of the fire damage. Yeah.
Yes?
Okay.
God be with you.
Well, amulet of evasion.
Minimus, run, you stupid one. Save me.
Stay. I'll help them. Captain Rowan will take care of Minimus. You know, it'd be fun if Minimus would be like your pet, but no. I did like how they did pets in Torchlight 2. I thought that was a cool feature in that game, where pets could, like, you know, go to town and turn in your sell all your trash for you. So if you have like some background with, like, if this is the first video that you're watching, Path of Exile, or last Epic, if you have a background in Path of Exile, this game doesn't have quite the same level of complication as Path of Exile. So like, I haven't got into the skills and specializations yet, but basically you can have 5 different skills that you can use, and there's a fair bit. Each one of them has their own tree, that you can spec into in different ways. Basically, you'll eventually get 20 points that you can put in to be able to change their base abilities in various ways. And you know, throughout the game, there's a lot of different spells that you can get just for this particular one. Like, once you spec into Sorcerer, you'll eventually be able to get, you'll get Meteor right off the bat, and then you can get Static Warp, and then my favorite, Ice Barrage, later on. One of the things that's, but like Path of Exile, though, this game does make you think carefully about the loot that you get, and kind of what you want to do with it. a lot of the loot that you get can be useful. Um, um, in ways that may not be, immediately obvious. Like you may look at your, there we go. Okay, so we are going to do this. Get Glacier. We're gonna replace our. Replace this with Glacier. Glacier is gonna become our new main. And in fact, let's go ahead and respec. Despecialize skill. Yeah, and we're going to specialize in Glacier, and we're going to move over to Lesser Glacier as quickly as possible. Physical resistance chart, that's nice. So basically you're going to get these, you'll get these affix shards, and you can use them to be able to, basically every piece of gear has up to 4 different affixes that can be added to the base level gear. And every time you use, there's 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes, and so you can, say you want to be able to add health to this particular piece of gear. You can do that, and every time that you do it, you have a % chance of basically the upgrade succeeding or not. Early on, there's going to be a very high degree of probability that the upgrades will be successful. And then later on, that is... Oh. Okay, increased lightning damage, health regen, physical resist. Alright. But then over, the more that you add affixes to a piece of gear, the lower the probability that that it's going to work the next time. What that means eventually, when you try to be able to upgrade it, it's going to break permanently. The other thing we need to do here is Flame Ward. Flame Ward is awesome. In fact, Flame Ward is the main reason I like playing as a mage in the first place, because of Ward. So Ward basically is a temporary shield. That's interesting. Is that better than what I've got? No. Same thing, I think. Okay, so Ward is going to be a temporary shield. It's going to save me when I'm in a situation where I'm would otherwise die. And it's going to be something that I'm going to spend a lot of my... Okay. The amazing thing about Glacier, especially, is it just hits for so much damage, and you can just clear out an enormous amount of enemies very quickly. Alright, but now I'm going to change up the way Glacier works. First of all, I'm going to specialize in Flame Ward. And get him away over to Astonish. It's going to basically, Flame Ward is going to give me up to 400 ward to begin with, and I'm going to bump that up to be able to have significantly more than that. So again, that's going to give me when I'm up against problems, then Flame Ward is going to come to my rescue. Okay, so I finished getting extra health, and then I'm going to start getting some reactive ward. So reactive ward basically is not getting killed. Embarrassing. The other thing is I'm going to spec into Lesser Glacier. So so you can see Glacier has 3 hits by default. But the other thing about Glacier by default with the 3 hits, 3 explosions, is that it's super mana intensive.
Farewell.
So Lesser Glacier basically is a trade-off. It takes off that 3rd hit, which reduces the damage a lot, but what it does for me instead, though, is it reduces the mana cost by 80%, which means I can just sit here and, Glacier to my heart's content, and trade-off is that, I've got to be, more up close and danger time. Up close and personal with my enemies here, but the thing that it's going to give me is the ability to be able to just hit over and over again, and the total amount of damage I can do here. So 77 DPS. I think I had this one that was actually better. So this one actually gives me fire damage and chill and head. I don't really care about chill and head because one of the things that actually, so it's a little bit more. It goes from 77 to 80. Yeah, why not? One of the other just fantastic things about Glacier, especially early on, is that almost every time it hits against these guys, it's going to stun them, freeze them, just incredible amount of crowd control, and you can spec into stuff that will make that even more potent. Dodge rating, maybe I'll use that someday. You can see that these guys are just, half the time they're just frozen, and that is it's a big part of my strategy of just being able to stay alive. Shield, that is. Most of the uniques actually are not really all that helpful, and my guess is they're probably more like this one, but it's helpful. Take a little closer look at it though. Okay. Oh, well, I didn't even have one, so let's look at my block chance now. Okay, so I got a 17% block chance, and it's 42% effective. Oh, but when I block, there's 100% less damage. It's okay, but reality is, I'll probably get another shield here later on that'll give me some innate elemental resistance built in. I think I'll go for that. That doesn't work.
What brings you here? Terra's grace be with you.
Shield of the Defender, Circle of Embers, stuff good. Minion damage, health. I don't think I'm gonna. And I do have a loot filter, but basically at this point it's early enough in the game that I'm not going to worry about it too much, because there might be stuff that I would not normally consider picking up, but in this case, I might get it. Glacier just take out that massive amount of enemies. You know what? I think I need to go back up there. I think that there's a chest that I missed. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay, anything good? Health regen per second. That might be good. Mana and armor, okay. No. It's not better than what I currently have. So intelligence, intelligence or vitality, those are the two main attributes that I'm going to be aiming for. The vitality in particular, because it gives me each point of vitality gives me 10 health and increases my health regen as well. So that is going to be just a huge part of what I'm going to need to be able to survive here. 12% damage every time, fire resist. Offhand catalyst. Maybe. I do have a fire fight that's going to be coming up here fairly soon. Okay, and so again, I'm going to be going up here and hitting Astonish first. Okay, physical resistance. That looks pretty nice. Chalice of Regrowth. Strength. I don't need strength. Lightning damage. Nah. Okay, health isn't really it to it. Increase cast speed. I might take that with me and I don't need it right now, but cast speed is pretty nice though. Might use that later on.
Keep them off me.
Only a little longer.
Let's go ahead and put on our shield. Traveling card for mana, health regen, physical resistance. It's not bad. I like physical resistance. It's mere 1 gold. Physical resistance is something I want to be able to max out to 75% as quickly as possible. And that and void resistance.
This is what the elders. Now, humanity itself has been reduced.
Alright, Lord Elzra, guess what? I'm not going to do your quest,
Go on then.
but I'll accept it, and then I'm going to give...
These items might be your best bet.
Yes, my intentions as a plan. So this guy is going to drop just absolutely amazing amulet for me that I'll probably use. What's going on? What's the void? So we're going to go ahead and do this guy's quest, get our amulet, and the amulet's going to be a game changer because it's going to every 2 or 3 seconds it's going to guarantee a critical hit, and it pairs really well with Glacier. especially if you can get that second, especially if you're a little bit of a distance away, and the second explosion, which hits harder, is the one that that hits. Well, I don't have the amulet yet, right? Once I do that, I'll show it to you. So look, right now we're not critical hitting very often at all. Okay. Breaking point. This guy. Ice damage. Too many places in the game where there's ice damage. I guess there's something in there, but... Ooh, void resistance shard. See that right there? That is fantastic. 40% stun chance. Ooh, look at that. +6 attack with spell damage. Okay, so this one has one of stillness. That's actually not bad. I might. So let me compare that. So I got 85 DPS by default. 80. That has, yeah, okay. But if I don't find something better better later on, I might take that one and get some cold damage affixes or elemental damage affixes. Bump up the power of that. That wand, and see where that gets me. But the first thing, okay, so we got the ledger. 62%. Okay, so we're gonna go back to town. I've never actually completed this quest talking to this guy. Undoubtedly, he's going to give me nothing at all.
You feeling
But
lucky?
this guy, Artem the Gambler. Yep. Goodbye, amulet. Okay. And... oh, this is even better, actually. Plus 22 health. So this 100% critical chance, if you have not dealt a critical strike recently, that's always there, but the health I've seen varies. This is higher than the last time that I played through this. Okay, so got a whole bunch of stuff here. Mana, regen, anti-dodge, physical resistance. Okay, so I'm going to be going up against some bosses here that are going to have a pretty hefty amount of... Actually, let's see what we have for sale. There might be something good. Not really, but we can get a Root of Shattering for 2. Nova Manage. You know, actually, it's funny. I haven't got one of these tar shields yet. I think I'm gonna buy one.
Follow your feet.
Okay, why? I wonder if any of this stuff is actually worth keeping. Not gonna need it for a while, that's for sure. Transfer this. What stuff might I? Physical resistance, I'm gonna hold on to that. Health regen, 2 vitality. That actually might be good for this upcoming fight. Spell damage, I'm gonna hold on to that. That might be useful. Maybe that one as well. Rest of this stuff, I just don't see it.
Yes.
And that one actually is worth keeping. That's actually worth using. And this might be useful.
Follow your feet.
So this is actually kind of interesting here. So I had recreated a character. So look here, hardcore solo. I think I think I just found a bug in the game. There shouldn't be anything in my stash. But there was. May have been from a previous character that had the same name. Anyway, there's going to be an upcoming fight here in which I'm going to need some elemental resistance. So I'm going to use that Targe if I can. If I don't find anything better between now and the time that I get to the... basically, there's going to be a boss fight with 3 different bosses, each one of them dealing... Quill of Hope. That's kind of interesting, actually. Get stuff from just breaking the tables. The guys here don't appreciate it, but you know what? Well, okay, I don't want to go to Glaciers Library. Again, my strategy here is to only do each area once. And actually, the devs could actually implement this in the game by just preventing mob respawn. And I think that would actually be a nice feature because yeah, there's nothing up there. Again, one of the ways to kind of one of the ways to be able to keep the game challenging is to be able to limit how much stuff that you can get, how much gear you can get, how much XP you can get before you get to critical points in the game, and kind of keep things fair for people that are trying to do different runs in this mode, right? And let's see, hold on. Well, it does have a cold damage, but I don't think I would shatter that. Strength and cold damage? Maybe. Mana regen, health regen. Sure, we'll take extra cold damage. And strength, which... Didn't have the helm I was going to use? Yeah. I'm going to use this helm. Okay, 1 of configuration, necrotic damage, yeah. Sport of stillness, critical strike, melee, cold. Just 1 intelligence. Doesn't seem that great, but I can't imagine shattering a ring for just 1 intelligence fucking shard, but maybe. So I'm basically going to save all of my runes of shattering for void resistance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good piece of armor, and maybe this one, maybe another one, I don't know, but and I'm going to some serious void resistance. I don't really need it too much yet. Vitality and intelligence, and lightning resistance. Hey, why not? Okay. Defense. Vitality and health per second. Well, this is definitely better. What do I have? Rejuvenating Shaz. Yeah. Added armor. Not really that. I mean, armor's nice, but okay. So void resistance on that. Definitely take that. Huh. Some good helmets here. Minion damage. I don't use minions in this one, so how does this compare? Intelligence, physical resistance. Okay, yeah. Why not? That actually does look better. 10 armor, 20 armor plus. Yeah. Okay. It's an upgrade. Just straight up. Alright, we're almost to our boss fight. And let's see. Oh, we have teleport. Definitely will want to be taking that. And is there anything else I want to do for this middle one? Not really. So my plan for my next ability after that is Volcanic Orb. So Volcanic Orb can actually be converted over to be cold damage. Let me show you. There's a passive skill over here, Rune of Winter, that'll actually convert Volcanic Orb to cold, and that'll pair nicely with the extra cold damage I'll have at that point. And Volcanic Orb it's a pretty decent damage ability. So that's probably the other one that I'll take here. And eventually I'm going to replace Snap Freeze with Ice Barrage around level 32 to 35. Ice Barrage is just absolutely amazing. gives you 8 seconds that you can just sit there and damage away while running around and kiting enemies. Okay, so this is good to know when you're coming up on this boss right here. All 3 of these guys. If you just sit there, and if like you start the fight and you just kind of run away back here, and you're not mobile, they will one-shot you. I found this out the hard way. The first time that I tried to be able to play Masochist Hardcore, and it was painful. It's just, oh, that was the end. Actually, before I do that, just see, is there anything else that I can do? Oh yeah, you know what? I want to throw on Tarj, so that I'm going to get a little bit of extra. Okay, so I got some lightning resistance. I wish I had more resistance. I'm going to put this on. Vitality, mana, physical. I mean, 5% lightning. Nah, I don't think I'd better take the vitality. Anyway, I should be able to manage this, I think. Yeah. Just have to outplay him. Okay, so I'm going to start off the game this by just running around, see that when they do that initial attack there. Probably gonna kill the fire guy first, honestly. It'd be nice if they clumped up together, but stay out of the circle of death. Oh, there we go. Both of them. That, all 3 of them together. Alright, should be pretty easy at this point. Move away, move away. So you definitely want to know how each of these boss fights work. Some of them, especially later on, like in Acts 8, 9, I mean, it's like if you don't know how the fights work, I mean, basically you need to practice. You need to go back and create a masochist character that's not hardcore. Don't do what I did and be like, oh yeah, I can just run through this thing and figure it out as I go in Masochist Hardcore the first time. But I made it to level 37 the first time I tried it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, let me rephrase. I made it to level 37 the first time I tried it on with a Sorcerer. Okay, do we need to switch anything back out? Intelligence, armor. We can put on this again. Just gives me extra health. Tarj isn't all that great on its own.
Gods be with you.
Okay, there must be something I can do. I accept. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in this quest. And I will call this done for this session. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope this was fun. Give me a like, and something you want to see, I'll check the comments, and next time I run this, we'll give it a try. And again, I'll put a link to the guide that I put together with all the different levels, and I have sort of a description of what you need to be looking out for as you go through each level. Hopefully that'll be something useful as you play through Masochist Hardcore. Alright, peace.